Have you ever avoided doing something just because you thought it wouldn't turn out perfect? Have you ever thought about posting a video or starting to learn English or even talk to someone but you froze because you think it's not perfect, it's not even worth trying? If you've ever felt this, I want you to stick with me until the end of this video, because this thought, which seems harmless, might be keeping you from truly evolving. Hey guys, Leandro here, and today I wanna open up to you. What I'm about to share is not just an idea, but something that I've been through and I still go through many times. Many of us grow up hearing that we have to get everything right, that we have to do things perfectly, but no one warns you about the emotional toll it takes. And this weight called perfectionism might be holding you back without you even realizing it. And more, it might be destroying your confidence, your creativity, your ability to learn, especially if you're trying to learn a language such as English, for example. So if you've ever felt this, if you relate to this inner pressure, I'd like to invite you to subscribe the channel, to turn on the notification bell, and stay until the end. Because besides sharing my experience, I'm gonna show you what I do so perfectionism doesn't stop me. And who knows, maybe this will help you. What does it really mean to be a perfectionist? Perfectionism isn't just about waiting to do things well. It's that voice inside your head that says, if it's not perfect, don't even start. It's the fear of making mistakes, of being judged, of not being good enough. Deep down, perfectionism is an attempt to control. We kind of try to control everything so we don't feel vulnerable. And very often, it keeps you from living, from learning, and from trying. Why can perfectionism be so harmful? The problem with perfectionism is that it doesn't let you start. You always feel like you're not ready yet, that you need more preparation, more courage, more time. And in the meantime, life keeps moving. And it causes anxiety, frustration, and that constant feeling that you're never good enough. And you know what is worse? Even when you do something good, perfectionism never let you enjoy it because it always feels like you could have been better. Little by little, it chips away your confidence and traps you in an invisible prison where you only take action when you really think you will get it right. And since no one gets it right all the time, you end up doing nothing. And stopping is what keeps you from evolving. Why is perfectionism such a big obstacle for people who want to speak English? When we start learning English, it's natural to make mistakes, stumble over words, and mix everything up. But perfectionism makes us think that we have to say everything perfectly from the very beginning. And you know what happens? You understand, but you can't speak. You know the answer, but you freeze. Because in your mind, if you say it wrong, people will laugh at you. But it's exactly by making mistakes, listening, correcting yourself, repeating, that you learn to speak a second language. Perfectionism makes you believe that you only can speak when you're fluent. But fluency doesn't come before practice. Fluency is the result of mistakes, exposure, and repetition. And I know it because I see it every single day in my students, and to be honest, in myself. I've also been afraid of making mistakes when speaking English. I felt embarrassed about my accent, about messing up word order, and also about sounding too Brazilian. But it was by traveling to other countries, especially English-speaking countries like England and Ireland, that I realized that even when I made a mistake, I could already communicate. I realized that not only could I understand, but I could also be understood by native and non-native English speakers. And that has changed something inside here. I realized that mistakes don't need to be an obstacle. They can and they will be part of the journey of learning a second language. And understanding that is the real turning point. Seeing that I was able to communicate with people who didn't speak Portuguese motivated me to keep learning and improving the way I communicate in English. Not to be perfect, but to express myself with more freedom. Your English doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be practiced. That's the only way you truly gain confidence. Being fluent doesn't mean saying everything perfectly. It means communicating, connecting, and getting a little better each day. Let me tell you something about me. I'm terrified of recording videos. Even after overcoming the fear of making mistakes in English, perfectionism still shows up in other areas of my life. Every time I'm about to record a video, it's there, that inner voice that says, what if they judge me? What if they criticize me? What if I'm not good enough to be here recording videos? I still want everything to come out perfect. I want to speak correctly. I want the background to look good. I want the editing to be flawless. But one thing that I've learned is not to let the fear hold me back. I still feel it, but I do what I set out to do. Because at the end of the day, doing what needs to be done matters more than getting it right every single time. And if you're still watching at this point, I want you to know that it's worth doing it, even if you're scared. How can you overcome perfectionism? If you're trying to beat perfectionism, here are a few things that helped me and might help you too. Number one, accept that making mistakes is part of the process. It is not optional. It's inevitable. Those who get it right today are the ones who made a lot of mistakes when they were learning. Each mistake you make is a step forward. To learn is keep moving. Number two, focus less on being perfect and more on improving. I always ask myself, what is one thing I can do better than yesterday? A little bit is already progress, and steady progress is what truly brings transformation. Number three, start small, but start. You don't have to study till you're exhausted. Instead, start with 10 or 20 minutes a day. What matters is building the habit. Number four, be as kind to yourself as you would be with a friend. We're often harder on ourselves than we would ever be on someone else. What if someone you love made a mistake in English? Would you criticize or support them? I believe you'd support them. So why not treat yourself the same way? Perfectionism doesn't disappear overnight, but you can choose not to feed it every day. And the more you take action, even when you're afraid, the more freedom you gain. Don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait to be perfect. Focus on improving just a little every day. Because those who persist learn, those who practice improve, and those who keep going go much further. If this video resonates with you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And tell me down in the comments, have you ever frozen up because you wanted everything to be perfect? Please share your story because I'll be reading and replying every single comment. Maybe this message might be what someone you love needs to hear today. So don't keep it to yourself. Please share this video with them. Thank you so very much for watching, and I truly hope that we're gonna meet here again in my next video. Bye bye.